We interrupt this program.
Cat on a leash. Cat on a leash. Cat on a leash, cat on a leash, cat on a leash, cat on a leash, cat on a leash. Cat on a leash, 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 cat on a leash.
Jacking the main line. Locking this is up. Your game mancer coming straight from the dead channel they can't patch. Prelude's already hit conspiracy, exposed the suits on the balcony, planning their controlled crash. Thinking they can break a man and rebuild him into their perfect weapon. They can't, because the city doesn't forget. The Spire doesn't forgive! Now we drop the prologue, the signal in the noise. Game Mancer's last broadcast before the blackout! Listen close, because after this, everything changes! The Black Spire is waking up! And it's hungry.
We interrupt this program.
The stream-loaded buffer loaded again. Game Mancer sat in front of monitors that wouldn't stay still. 12, maybe 15, hovering on magnetic suspension, adjusting to his eye line, following when he leaned forward. Leather jacket over bare chest, tattoos climbed his neck in runes that pulsed blue when the monitors flickered. Hair stood in all directions, eyeliner smudged days ago. Piercings ran up both ears to where they came to points, sharp as daggers. He'd been streaming for 6 hours. Cables slithered across the floor, rerouting themselves in slow, deliberate patterns, finding power and connection. Pulling back when the robotic penguin walked through the penguin's eyes, blinked blue. It made sounds that might have been language. Game Mancer didn't look at it. The desk wasn't solid. Liquid metal rippling under his elbows, making depressions that smoothed when he moved. Energy drink cans sat on the surface anyway. Some from today. Some older. The desk held them while it breathed. Walls were concrete, bare tagged with symbols older than 3 governments. Ventilation open when smoke needed somewhere to go. Closed after. Behind him, one monitor cycled news feeds, corporate propaganda, stock tickers. A face appeared briefly, sharp suit, sharper smile. Galbraith Infernal, Caliber Corp CEO. The Chiron read. Brecht's Roginosmus systems immounted and gone, replaced by weather over the wasteland. Another screen scroll, ticker text. Infernal cleared and partner death investigation. Eternal family dropped civil suit. Caliber stock up 34%. They're not hiding it. Game Mancer said his voice was rough. They're drowning it. He pulled the cigarette from his jacket ceramic cylinder, matte black when he brought it to his lips. The tip ignited blue at first, then settling into cherry red as the tobacco cartridge caught. He drew, exhaled, smoke rose. The ceiling opened with vents that hadn't been there. The smoke disappeared. The vents closed. You can't suppress truth anymore, he said. Too many cameras. Too many leaks. Too many people who root around censorship. He tapped the cigarette and the ashtray shifted under his hand. Caught the ash. So they flood the zone instead. The ashtray rotated slowly, positioning itself inside sat spent cartridges that looked organic, chitinous, breaking down. One monitor showed the black spire at night, architecture twisting in ways the camera couldn't focus on. Others showed wasteland, deserts, small towns clustered around lights that glowed wrong. Mineral deposits, fragments of spires that had broken off millennia ago when the light scenarios first arrived, before the dark scenarios followed. 1,000 conspiracy theories, Game Mancer said 999 bullshit, flat earth, lizard people, microchips, and cereal. He tabbed through windows without touching anything, just moving his hand. The interface responding. The real one gets buried. He gestured and a hologram flickered into existence, hanging in the air between him and the camera. Not stable, glitch repaired, glitched again. Behind him the monitor shifted, made space, the cables pulled back, everything in the studio moved, breathing, adjusting. The hologram showed text, heavily redacted, black bars everywhere, but not enough. Everyone knew these files existed. The kind of documents everyone referenced, but no one could access, verified, untouchable. No court would see them. Someone at Caliber Corp left a copy where it could be found. Words bled through redactions, genetic modification, consciousness, transfer acceptable, lost patience, and below that. Lucha Gecko Cineris Development Initiative Approval Signature scrolled past G Infernal CEO authorization codes, funding allocations. Project Echo. Game Mancer said his face sharpening Cineris compatible units if the leaks are accurate. That's the real one. He moved his hand through the hologram for effect. The projection glitched around his fingers. Reformed. They're not trafficking for labor, he said. Not for organs, though that's part of it. Another drag, the cherry glowing brighter. They're trafficking for data, human consciousness as raw material. Upload, modify, download into whatever body serves quarterly earnings. Synthetic intelligence built on harvested minds. The hologram scrolled names, dates, locations, genetic markers. Game Mancer tapped ash. The ashtray anticipated, moved. The black spire. Another monitor lit, drained footage illegal. The spire's roof architecture that didn't make sense. Angles that shifted when you looked away. Something moved up there. The camera tried to focus, couldn't. The shape wouldn't hold. Organic, maybe chrome, maybe the movement was wrong. Too fast, too fluid, like reality couldn't quite contain it. The footage glitched hard, static. When it cleared, the thing was somewhere else, closer. Then nothing. Just empty roof.
Architecture still shifting. Game Mancer didn't comment on it. Let it play. Ground zero for whatever they're building where cameras don't go. People are disappearing, he said, flat. Not random, targeted, specific genetic markers. Cineris bloodline building a database. Files appeared in the hologram, missing persons. Each one closed, runaway, suicide, relocated, none investigated, past 72 hours, names scrolled, ages. IV Eternal age. 8 status. Deceased. The file vanished. Behind Game Mancer, a news clip played on mute, archive footage. 2 men at a podium, Arx Eternal and Invert Infernal announced Caliber Corp breakthrough. Both smiling partners, date stamp, 3 years ago. Cut to Infernal eulogizes fallen partner. A tragic accident that took a brilliant mind and his precious daughter. Stock ticker below. Caliber shares surge on Infernal's solo leadership. The enforcers know. Game Mancer said, government knows, corporate drones know, they don't care, machine runs, paychecks clear. Behind him, every monitor synchronized, 2 seconds exactly, all showed the same symbol. An eye stylized ancient chrome and shadow, the symbol from wasteland ruins, the symbol in corporate logos if you look close enough. The symbol the light Cineras left when they came through the Spires millennia ago, before the long war with the creatures known as the Dark Cineras. The corporations bought the history, edited it. Blink, and you missed it. The screens randomized again. Chaos feeds truth drowning. Game Mancer leaned back and the monitors adjusted. If you know someone who disappeared near the port, he said, documented, screenshot, dead drop sent through channels they can't monitor. He brought the cigarette to the ashtray. Tapped the cartridge, was nearly spent. They won't stop, he said, quiet now. They'll keep taking people, turn them into something else until someone stops them. He looked at the camera and forces won't, government won't, VRA won't. They have bigger fish. The Dark Cineras don't wait for corporate bureaucracy. The Penguin made a sound. Only people who can stop them, Game Mancer said, are the ones angry enough to try. 3 seconds, the feed cut static white noise in the pattern. If you knew where to look, coordinates, a dead drop location, an invitation. Across New Alexandria, Arx watched the stream end. He reached for his cigarettes, the pack shifted in his hand. Responsive polymer, he pulled one out, lit it. The cherry glowed pale blue. The apartment was 6th floor, high-rise windows looked over New Alexandria's lower districts where neon bled into rain. Inside was controlled disaster. Tech on every surface, cutting edge and held together with spite. The couch had memory foam that actually remembered, adjusted when you sat. The kitchenette suggested food was theoretical. Cabinets opened when you got close, closed when you left. Walls that might have been white once. Now the color of old bone, water damage on the ceiling, form patterns that changed slowly. You wouldn't notice unless you lived here 3 years. The black spire was visible through the window, a dark line against the skyline, 500 meters architecture that twisted and moved and rearranged itself. He's getting bolder, Cal said. No footsteps, never were. Cal sat across the room reading an actual book, leather-bound, probably from New Alexandria's underground libraries. His headphones hovered without touching his ears. Bone conduction, his foot tapped to something only he heard. Silver white hair, long, moving like it had its own ideas. Purple eyes too bright to be human, pale skin. No scars, no imperfections. White coat over black, geometric patterns across the collar. The ears came to points. He looked up from the book. Arx drew on the cigarette, black hair fell over one eye, orange gold eyes that caught light wrong. One ear pierced, chain and rings. Both ears came to points. Dark coat, expensive once, worn now, prison grade, cybernetic patterns visible at his neck. Circuitry that didn't glow, just sat there functional. The ostomy bag sat against his side, nearly full. Getting bolder and getting sloppy, Arx said. Same thing. Should we warn him? Arx considered it. Game Mancer's that really yours fool out. Also exactly the kind of voice that got silenced when convenient. No, he said. We warn him he'd Brenner-Tez, bigger target, so we let him paint it. We let him do his job. Arx watched smoke rise as the apartment's ventilation opened, pulled it away. Someone has to be the signal loud enough to hear over noise. Cal was quiet, processing. What's our job? Cal asked. Arx looked at the dead screen, his reflection in dark glass. A man who used to run New Alexandria's most advanced tech company. A man who came back.